Hello, I'm Scott Manley, and wait, no, that's not right. Um, what's up, everybody? It's Critical. Today I'm playing Kerbal Space Program. No, that's still not it. What was it? Oh, hi, I'm Jacob, and welcome back to Let's Boldly Go. Yes, this is finally back for probably just one final really long episode to finish off our moon landing, and I barely even remember building this rocket, but it is pretty nice. I did some tests, and it has plenty of delta V to get to the moon at least. I didn't try out the lander at all. So yeah, let's do this stuff. So as I probably mentioned when we sent the satellite to get to the moon, you pretty much just wait until you see it on the horizon and then go for it. So I get it close as we come up on a nice Kerbin dawn with the sun hopefully going to show its face soon. One of these days. And there it is. Bing! You will, like, if you ever play this game, you will never get tired of seeing the sunrises. Or a moonrise when you're in orbit. That's always fantastic. Now, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see the moon, actually, with the sun in the way. Sorry, with the Kerbal in the way. It's not the sun. And you'll notice that this toolbar has all sorts of stuff on it. All of my mods are horribly outdated. I was able to salvage, get this vessel to work by editing the save file a little bit, because some parts got renamed. But it works fine now. And after this, I'm probably just going to start fresh. Is that the moon? Actually, wait. Oh, okay, no. We still got a bit. I'm using my heads-up display. Since I set the moon as a target, we can track where it is. And bingo bango bongo. Okay. Gotta get the show on the road, because if this episode gets too long, it'll fill up my hard drive, and probably terrible things will happen. So yeah, without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And I think I have the command module, flipped around the wrong way, but I figured out the controls well enough, so it should be fine. The first time I tested launching this, I messed it up really bad, and had a hard time getting into orbit, but that was completely my fault, not the ship. So hopefully I won't have to re-record everything, because that has happened before when I screw up. So you still got Valentina, our ace pilot, and Meg Shell, our scientist, eager to finally get back in the hot seat after a all too long hiatus. And yeah, this lag's pretty bad, especially with fraps running, until we get higher up and drop the boosters. So hopefully I won't crash in the meantime. I can start tilting over more. Like last time I ended up with my apoapsis really high, and we had enough fuel that it was fine. I could still get into orbit with plenty to spare, but because of the way delta V works, it would be better to have a low orbit to go for lunar insertion. Yeah, just gotta crank this over before the boosters run out. And I think we'll be able to drop the boosters at a high enough altitude that they won't hit the rest of the ship, but we'll have to see. I've got little fins on them, so that they don't flip around and do anything horrible, but I have had trouble with that in the past. Yeah, I am pitched way too high. Oh well. But I don't want to flip over it, because they are still in decently thick atmosphere. Okay, so now I gotta straighten out, drop those. Ooh, close one. Now we have a lot more freedom with our rotation. And gotta drop these fairings soon. I guess they don't work. Whatever. Check. Yeah, see, our apoapsis is really high. I'm gonna jettison these manually because I'm not too afraid to stage again because it might detach our engine. Like, I really should have jettisoned those earlier to save on weight, but whatever. So now I'm just gonna, since we're basically out of the atmosphere, I'm just gonna straight up horizontal and burn like something's on fire, aside from the rocket fuel. Hardly my most efficient of launches, but this is such an over-engineered rocket that I can treat myself. And so yeah, you can finally get a view at the lander assembly with our dual lander cans, since I wanted both of them. I doubt I'm going to be too finicky about the science since this series is basically over, but still nice to have everything. Got lights, we've got legs that are a little bit buggy, whatever. Where are we at? And since we're doing a straight shot burn instead of circularizing, this should fall back to the ground. Maybe. I don't know. Straighten this out some. And that's just about done. Ooh, got a nice explosion out of that, which I think was on the other stage, not our current one, so that's good. And yeah, now we are just burning. Actually, I'm going to cut the engines to try and actually make a maneuver out of this, so that we're not just faffing around, as they say. There we go, that's nice. How close can we get this periapsis? That's intersecting. That's doing some kind of weird loop-de-loop. There we go. 7,000 meters. That's good enough for me. Although we're totally going to not time this maneuver right, because this engine's not very strong, so we're going to overshoot, but we'll get it close enough. Why did I say astronaut? Right there. Okay, I gotta go into precision mode since I can't target the maneuver node yet. And yeah, the reason, since we have time while this is burning, the reason that I want to purge all of my mods is because like, there's tons of new parts in the stock game. I haven't played this in a while, and they've added all sorts of stuff. But I just, like, I want to just mess around in sandbox with all the new stuff. Like, I might do, if I do more videos, it'll be sandbox mode. Just like showcasing stuff I made, or probably some build videos if I get a good idea. And this is going very well so far, as long as we can keep track of this maneuver node. Like, once you go past the node, weird things happen. And yeah, so you can see we've still got plenty of fuel left. The maneuver's almost over. So this will be able to get us into orbit of the moon. And we'll probably still have extra once we go for the landing. But better to have too much than too little. Okay, so now we gotta start edging off on the throttle, because this is a rather delicate maneuver. Okay. Like at this point, we just kind of ignore the maneuver node since we messed it up anyway, and just eyeball it. Okay, so you just want to watch this come down as close as we can get it without actually hitting the ground. I'm just going to leave it there because it's probably going to fluctuate once we change spheres of influence. So just like rotating the ship will affect your trajectory because of space magic. I don't know. So we can get rid of that node, and these two fine ladies can chill for the next day, pretty much. Although that is a Kerbal day, I assume. I don't know. Yeah, so we just want to time warp up, get a nice start up planets. That might have been min-missed, I don't know. Get a nice, always nice to get a view of Kerbin as we depart in style. And it only took, what, like 13-15 minutes? So yeah, hopefully my hard drive can take it. Yeah, let's ramp this up a little. Actually, I could, oh yeah, I can warp 2 points on my trajectory, right? I guess not. Yeah, we'll do me, whatever. Do it old school. No. Kerbin's so small. Okay, so we are now probably the farthest that any of the Kerbals in this save, at least, have ever been from the ground. Yeah, I don't know why the altimeter doesn't show up on top of the map view anymore. They must have changed, and by now we should be able to see the moon creeping up behind us, or maybe gonna go in front of the sun. Get a nice eclipse, that'd be cool. Right. Oh yeah, it totally is. Maybe. Just didn't want to get dazzled by the show and lose track of our encounter. Oh, like that. Ah, there we go. Yeah, it was hiding from us. Although this is bad because we may run out of electricity since we're eclipsed right now. That'll be fun. Okay, so periapsis phenomena. Go ahead and set up our orbital insertion maneuver so that we don't get a funky free return. Although those are always nice. There we go. And yeah, we should have an enormous amount of delta V for this mission. I don't know if it'll tell us properly. Yeah, we have buckets and buckets of delta V at our disposal. Just gonna check my phone real quick. Well, we are not time warped. Okay, and now we want to... Okay, so now I have a countdown, so I don't have to worry about plunging to our death or overshooting the moon. I wish we had a better view of it, it's just kind of black right now, but... one more. Okay. Okay, so we are now in the sphere of influence. There's a couple of people stranded in orbit for contracts, but I have forsaken them to a cold, icy grave. Hey, we're back in the sun. Okay, so I don't have to worry about freezing or running out of batteries. There are now less ways in which we can die horribly. I still can't see the moon though. Which, like, it's nice that it's like realistic lighting and the sun really blocks out everything, but still kind of a bummer. I can like see like maybe it blocking out stars periodically, but we're gonna. Oh no, there it is. Okay, coming in hot. I'm gonna turn these lights on just to keep better track of the ship in the darkness. Okay, so we're coming up on like 10 minutes. I want to go ahead and line up with our maneuver. Since I think I still have the persistent rotation mod on, which is actually pretty handy. I might still keep some of the stuff like that, like not part expansions or serious gameplay modifiers, but just little tweaks like that. Man, we're gonna come in hot. I still can't believe this guy's a stranded ship. Like, it's just a flat, like 11-kilometer orbit. So that'd be an exciting contract to do, but not one that I really want to do. So we'd have to make a whole new ship to whatever. Actually, no, we could probably just use this one and leave one of the canisters empty, but whatever. 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Ooh, we went into this view. Does that mean something changed and we're gonna die? No, I guess it's just. I guess it's just because we're close to the ground. Speaking of the ground, yeah, you get a nice view of that. And we are no longer on target. Actually, yeah, I can just point retrograde, whatever. So we want to get out. Whoops, probably should have waited. Okay, because we want to start our burn at T-minus 20 seconds. And actually, we're probably going to finish this at right about the 20-minute mark, so I might split it into a two-parter anyway, just for safety. Okay. Oh, everything go. Okay. So that's burning. Valentina's keeping us pointed in the right direction. And just whoa, boom, we are now in orbit of the moon. Okay, still have plenty of fuel. Or too much fuel. That might not be true, I don't know. Coming down. Probably gonna cut our orbit as close as Yeska is, however they pronounce my name. But like that. 5 kilometers. I'm not sure how high the mountains get on the moon, so hopefully we don't cut it too close and die horribly, as is prone to happen. Yeah, we're gonna circularize this very, very close to the surface to make landing all that much easier. And since we have so much fuel to spare, we may as well. So this is gonna be tense, to say the least. Trying to use the mouse wheel to fine tune this, but it's kind of finicky. And it keeps targeting things I don't want. That's... whatever. We can do it better once we get there. Okay, so now we have another maneuver node defined. I think we have RCS in this, but I haven't used it at all yet, although it might just be on the lander, which is why. Whatever, we don't need it. We have oodles and oodles of power from all these panels. I don't know why there's parachutes on this stage. I guess I didn't know how many of them were gonna come back to land or not, or like on Kerbin, like ditch them in orbit. But obviously, getting to the moon with just the lander engine would have been a stupid idea. But yeah, hopefully this engine can get us back to Kerbin. Otherwise, we will be ending our series with them stranded on the moon, which is always fun. Okay, time to warp up for the next half hour while they have fun and do science in space. Science that I'm not actually going to do because I'm lazy. Oh, and I guess they're not actually tracking that node because of persistent rotation. But whatever. 4-second burn. Nice. Okay. So, I wonder if I slapped an RTG in here somewhere because I haven't seen the electric charge go down. Oh no, there we go. Just wasn't earlier for some reason. It's 5 minutes. 4, 3. Why is things slowing down? We've lost our max time warp because we're so close to the ground. Should probably watch the horizon. Wherever the horizon is. Can't see it anyway. If we die, it'll be a surprise. Which I suppose is better than some of the alternatives. And coming up, 20 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, okay. Where is our maneuver node? Why are we lagging? Shouldn't be lagging. Oh hey, it's Kerbin. We don't have to be too precise with this, since we're just circularizing. Okay, so you gotta watch the apoapsis here. Just take it real careful. Super duper careful. Because we don't want to land prematurely. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, and our periapsis is dropping. Why is that happening? Oh, because I overdid it. Prograde! Where are you going? Get out of here. Okay, bring our periapsis back up. So, whatever. Probably good enough. I'm not gonna die too much. Jeez, that's close. Okay, so now just want to warp around until we're in the sun, so we can pick a landing site. So you can preview that now. Ooh, we gotta land in this crater. That's happening. Okay, so in that case, we need to burn to the south. But I don't trust myself to eyeball that in the dark, so I'm just going to do a maneuver. So it'll tilt our orbit down, aim for somewhere in there, and I gotta find the maneuver. Okay. Oh, I totally could eyeball that. Of course it's a 180. What's wrong with me? Okay, so good enough. course, there's no sound in space, so you gotta make our own. Good enough. Okay. And yeah, so somewhere we need to start going in for a landing. Probably eyeball that too. Somewhere in here. Believe it or not, I actually haven't done a whole lot of moon landings. Because I tend to just make planes and dick around with that. Yeah, so somewhere around there, start burning. Oh, we'll figure it out. Maybe cheat a little if we have to. It's the last episode. Doesn't count. I should turn my lights off so I don't kill our battery. Since that is a concern. Guess I'm not going to split this episode because I kind of forgot and whatever. Ugh, you can't warp faster. Hey, it's the sun. I'm not stranded in dark anymore. Which means I'm going to turn my lights back on. Lights. Right, okay. Oh man, this is view. A view to die for, possibly literally, depending on how things go. Oh wait, if that's a 6-second burn, we could probably just burn when we're on top of the crater. Yeah, whatever. We're doing it live. Yeah, whatever. No rules. If Fraps crashes, I'm going to be very angry. And just kind of disappointed with myself. I need to go water, but there's no time. Okay, so we should be coming up on the rim. We might be too close to really make it out. Speaking of close, look at the ground. Is this actually... Okay, so I guess it's too big of a crater to be really obvious. Whatever, retrograde. We're just gonna stop dead in our tracks right here. Fill all the fuel in this tank and then go for the landing. Oh yeah, I can see it's a crater, I guess. Fingers crossed. We are now on a collision course, for better or worse. With my luck, we're probably going to end up hitting the wall of the crater, which is pretty much impossible to land on, especially as top-heavy as this lander is. I'm just going to put the legs out now so I don't forget, because I have forgotten that before. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to hit the wall. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a rocket scientist, believe it or not. Oh yeah, and we do have quite a bit of amount of propellant to keep things from going too wrong. Okay, so that is... Gotta make sure we're staging the right stuff. And due to the way things are flipped around, I have to point prograde to slow myself down or something. I don't know. Activate the engine. Okay. This is when things get scary. Trying to find... Okay, so we still have... I don't know, whatever. If we die, then everything was for naught, and the series will end in bitter disappointment for everyone. Okay, what kind of view does Valentina? Valentina should be watching the ground. There we go. Beautiful. Whereas Michelle is looking the other way. Oh god. I may have switched control of the vessel by doing that? What happened? Something happened. I don't know, I'm just not going to mess with it. We still have the same SAS capability. And I don't want to die. Okay, so now we actually need to cut the engine so we can get in lower. Here's our... Okay, train altitude, that's what I want. So now we just kind of get closer, because we don't want to slow down too much, or we will waste fuel. Although we do have rather a lot of fuel. But can I stop us with our RCS? No. I'm having some doubts about our ability to get home, given how much fuel we have used. But whatever. I think we're gonna cut this landing pretty close, but it should be fine. Let's find our shadow. Should be over there somewhere. Still a kilometer up. Slowing down pretty nicely. I think we're basically locked into close to a suicide burn. Cut the throttle some, still can't see our shadow. Once the lights start hitting the ground, I'll have a better idea of what's going on. Okay, there's our shadow. This is actually going very well. Surprisingly. I'll stop pointing retrograde so that when they hit the ground we don't flip around. This is probably going to be one of the smoothest landings I've ever done, actually. Hot dog. Oh, baby, a triple. Okay. Jeez. That was perfect! If we can get back into orbit. Not making any promises. Okay, actually, wait. How much fuel does it think we have left? Because I don't know if it's going to use these side tanks, because I don't think I have pipes on them. But if I transfer that fuel in manually, we might get better results. But first, these fine ladies need to take one small step for Kerbal kind. Assuming she doesn't... She's just gonna fall on her head, isn't she? Perfect. That's as Kerbal as they come. Okay. Face the sun. And plant our flag. Whew. Alright. Hereby dedicate this site to the person who made, well, the person who made me get off my butt and start the series. This is now the Ambrosia crater. Whichever crater we're in, I don't know. Thanks for pestering me so much. And take a surface sample so we can get some kind of science out of this. Mainly just because that is what you do when you're on the moon. And let's get an eggshell out here because she is actually a scientist. Unavailable. There you go. She's facing the right way. She is a smarty pants. Oop. Unlike well then, what happened there? The struts exploded. Oh. So, That is an interesting development. I believe Mag Shell was just vaporized by an exploding landing strut of all things. So that's interesting. Stop goofing off, Valentina. Someone just died. Serious. Like, how you use this blasted contraption. Okay, so we may or may not be able to get out of this alive. So I can figure out. Okay. So if we flip the entire spaceship over, we may be able to do something here. At least something about this mission went traditionally Kerbal. That's always nice. Okay, so gotta stabilize, and then so no one's in this one. So I could actually ditch that hatch, which will give us some extra weight. And now we can do things. Okay. Blast off. Well, that was interesting. So this is now also the Magshell Kerman Memorial Site, I guess. And we need to get into orbit. Although I can't tell which way is west. Where's the sun? Okay. So we need to do things. Well, that could have gone better, but at least it went interestingly. Alright. So our views look around. Okay, so I get to fly back to Earth, or to Kerbin in reverse, basically. And with no fuel. I do believe this mission is now basically doomed. Except it's not, because we have extra fuel that I forgot about. Because I was going to transfer that before we took off. And then things happened, as you may have noticed. I wonder if I still have tac fuel balance. That would come in handy here. Alright, so I believe. Okay. So that's our reserves used up, basically. And yeah. So now I'm gonna switch to RCS to try and save our fuel. Oh jeez. No, God, don't do that. Oh, I just had a horrible thought. The pod that I ditched was the one that had the heat shield on it. So re-entry should be exciting, if we get that far. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, yeah, we need to use our fuel. Oh, everything we've got. Get on the node, Valentina. Okay, I'm gonna cut it until we're closer to our apoapsis to circularize. Oh, and we're off axis. Oh boy. Jeez. Okay. I think, okay, so we'll be able to get into orbit at least, so she can die in orbit. Our RCS may or may not be enough to do anything with. Okay, so what do we need to do here? Okay, so we're safe for now. We need to, like, I can't remember, I can never remember what side of the orbit we want to deorbit on. I think this way, right? Yeah. I just want to crank that baby up to 11. Okay, yeah, because we want the point that we leave orbit to be, like, retrograde. So somewhere around there. We need a few hundred delta V, and we have probably not that much. We have half that. Well, RCS is going to have to do amazing things for us. Okay. Just take it one step at a time. We gotta get to the nude first. Time warp limiter. On my phone, hopefully I don't miss the thing. 613. Can I go any faster than this? Jeez. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? What was that? I don't even know anymore. Okay, whatever. Just have to wait until we're close to the node. What's looking to happen? What is going on here? So we're still, yeah, so we're still pointing that way. And we need to point that way. Use all the fuel we have, which is not enough, as expected. That's fine. The backwards controls are always a nice touch. Okay, so now that is, I think, literally all of the fuel, all of the liquid fuel we have. So now it is up to monoprop. Return RCS on. I'm burning the right way? Okay. At least we still have the maneuver node still to be fine. And it's important that I stay on just regular stability assist and not prograde or retrograde, because that'll use a bunch of fuel trying to keep us stabilized. Okay, I am starting to think we will have enough RCS fuel, because it's pretty efficient. Like, just looking at the gauge, like how much we're using versus the meter here. Hey, it's the sun, that's always a Sign of hope, right? Okay, persistent rotation is kind of cramping my vibe. Because it's making me go off node. Okay, so now you stick there. Warp up a bit. Ah, jeez. Check the map. See what's going on. Okay, so we're on our way. This mission still has the slimmest of chances of success, unless I made a horrible mistake, which I did. So the other capsule, apart from having the heat shield, also had the parachutes. So things are going to get interesting once we get to re-entry. But oh well. That is something to worry about later. Right now I'm too excited about actually managing to pull this off this far. Can I get this down to like 100? That's actually perfect. Okay. So now I cut off everything, and still have quite a bit of monopropellant, but probably not enough for what we need to do. Say goodbye to the moon after causing horrible problems. Now, I'm assuming that strut exploding was probably because of the old mods doing terrible things and not cooperating, and the Kraken was having fun with us, or whatever. Okay, so now, the long ride home. Oh, that's cool. It warped us down for the transitions, so that we don't explode horribly. When you change between spheres of influence, sometimes strange things happen if you're time warped too high. I should probably do that. Okay, so we at least are back here, and we'll die in orbit. Yeah. I need to set maneuver. So how much delta V is this going to take? Or we could try to aero brake, because that is always an option. I guess I'll use the RCS as much as I can. Or no, because I should aero brake first. Okay, so we actually want to pull our periapsis down, which we can do several things. Just give me a second, I gotta think about stuff. Cause I don't know, like, jeez, okay, reaching off other bullet. So I want to. Why am I not rotating? It wasn't rotating, it was scaring me. Okay, so I want to yeah, I want to burn radially, or yeah, to like push our periapsis in, and turn RCS on. And we're just going to take this very, very slowly. I wonder what'll happen if I fill up my hard drive. Like, what kind of horrible stuff? Like, will my computer just die? Like blue screen or what? I'm not the best at aero braking, so I'm just going to do it here because we want to be pretty gentle with it. Okay, and actually I'm going to turn this back on so that we can stay pointing this way, so that the brunt of all this will take most of the heat, which may or may not destroy the monopropellant, I don't know. But now it's just a matter of not wiggling out of control. That's all it's going to do is wiggle out of control, isn't it? Or wait, okay. Cat, get out of here. Do that, and do that. Now we time warp, since it's fairly stable. So at this point, we just cross our fingers and pray that we can air brake down without dying too much, and we'll probably take a few orbits since I want to play it safe. And I'm too lazy to calculate a proper air braking maneuver. But whatever. At least I had the sense, or the thought, the sense to put solar panels on both capsules. Otherwise we would be out of power as well as hurtling to our death without parachutes. Actually, I want to reorient and do that. How are we already heating up? What's heating up? Deploy my gear. I don't know if that'll help with anything. Oh, geez. Yeah, I did this wrong. What exploded? Okay, so that's just the legs, which I guess we don't really need. What is this? So, I think an SAS module. That's probably the Science Junior. And I think that might have been our RCS engines too. The fuel tank. And what now? I don't see a meter on anything. I don't know what that was. Probably something in the service bay. Because that survived somehow. What's in here? Just science equipment. Whatever. Well, nothing else is burning up yet. Let's see how this... Well, it's working as an aero braking maneuver. Whether or not it's still going to kill us, it remains to be seen. But nothing else has the temperature gauge going. Okay, so we're going back up now, which means we're not going to overheat this time around. But, yeah, so all of our RCS is gone, which is cool. Yeah. This one, just gonna warp out of the atmosphere. So yeah, that thing's not actually attached to us. Once we get out of the atmosphere, it'll probably drift away. Like, it was nice to have it on there as some extra shielding, but oh well. Ah, geez, this has been an hour. I'm gonna have to cut this up in post. Unless the whole, computer dying thing happens. It'll probably just corrupt everything when I stop fraps. That'll be fun. Hopefully it won't overwarp us. So we're still set up for another air braking pass. Where are we at? Okay. Stop spinning. Hooligan. Okay. I'm talking about under acceleration. You're under acceleration. Well, okay, whatever. Let's see how this round goes. And of course I could have loaded the quick saves I made before we landed, but what's the fun in that, eh? Okay, so without those SAS modules at least, we're not going to be jittering around so much. And of course I realize, even if we can safely enter the atmosphere, we are going to die when we hit the ground. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But hey, it's worth trying, right? Can't let her die in orbit, might as well let her die when she hits the ground. It's like the NASA has never had an astronaut die outside of the atmosphere. Like, obviously there's been various accidents inside, but like no one's died on the moon or in orbit. I kind of want to warp up because it's slow, but I'm also afraid to warp up while we are this hot. Me too is probably safe. Oh wait, now we're going back up already. Oh, this is going to take a couple more passes probably. Jeez. It's going to take a while. Okay, another time around. Don't overdo it. Let's probably watch the map actually. And it should pull us out of time warp on its own to some extent. I think. Okay. Oh boy. Sorry, I was checking my phone again. Yeah, whatever. Just gonna max warp it. I don't care anymore. Ooh, hot. Drop it down a little to reduce jitter. Yeah, that'll slow us down more. I don't think it has drag on it, but it'll look cool. Yeah, if it had drag, we'd be spinning around right now. I guess like a couple more passes probably, because this is also dropping our periapsis. We're gonna get more and more braking each time, for better or for worse, as they say. Ugh, mouth is getting really dry. I mean, processing this hour-long video is going to be tedious. Good thing I've been playing a lot of PS4 games recently. I don't need my computer for however many weeks this will take. And then uploading it. Jeez. I could just down scale it to 720. Oh, we're down. We're back now. So fast. Alright. Another time around. This one might actually capture us in like looking at how much the apoapsis has dropped each time. This could be it. Yeah, periapsis still going down. That's probably it. Truth or I don't know what I'm trying to say. Life or death. Truth or consequences? No. I don't know. Really need a drink of water. By the way, what I was talking about earlier doesn't really matter because someone did explode on the moon. Never forget Eggshell Carmen. Her brief sacrifice will live on through all of us as we erase this universe and start a new one without money or science in it. Yeah. Just really slowing down now. Getting hot, getting low. How low can you go? I think we've probably got one more pass. Like our apoapsis cut in half. Periapsis dropped another kilometer. Like I think we're definitely gonna leave the atmosphere this time, but next time, because like as the apoapsis drops, we stay in the atmosphere for longer. So next time's probably it. Just gotta get out of here this time. We only go 4 times time warp. It's probably in mod to change that, but it would probably just make everything explode. Because that's what always happens. Okay, next time's definitely. Look how low that's getting. Only twice as high as the edge of the atmosphere. All this is gonna keep us locked in 4 times time warp. Should probably learn how to do post-processing time acceleration like Scott Manley does. I don't know, I totally know how to do that, I'm just lazy. Okay. This video's probably gonna get corrupted, I just know it. There's no way I want to do this again. Even though I should. Okay, come back around for hopefully our final approach. Get straight to max warp. Can't see anything. There's parts. Okay. They're coming in on the night side now. At least we'll get one last beautiful sunrise over here before Valentina's turned into ash. Okay, there we go. We are getting hot, getting some light. Oh, okay, yeah, this is it. We are going down. There's the sun. Hello, Kerbal. Nice knowing you. Go ahead and close all this up. I don't know why. Actually, I wonder if we can use our aerodynamics to get some lift out of this. See if I tilt down, it should give me lift, or how did that work? I don't remember where the button is to turn on. that? There we go, aerodynamic overlay. Can I get body lift out of this? Probably not. It's worth trying though. Actually no, it's probably better to just keep the heat shield in front, or impromptu heat shield. Okay, so we are now on a collision course. Oh dude, we might hit the Space Center. How fortuitous is that? Or if we overshoot, people get one last glimpse of Valentina burning through the sky like the rock star that she is. Live fast, die young, leave a big crater. Dude, these re-entry effects are the best. Because even when things go wrong, boy does it look good. Valentina knows what's up, she doesn't care. She's excited. We're still time bigger. Accelerate a little. Speed things along. Check my phone again. Alright, okay, so we're gonna hit the land, which is probably worse than hitting the water. And we're gonna hit the mountains, which is really bad because that means we'll have less time to decelerate in the air. I wonder if this actually affects things. Having this open, probably not. Let's see. Okay, so there's our drag. It looks like it's totally unaffected. Okay, well, hey, the re-entry, or the heating effect stopped, so that's something. Oh, we slowed down a lot. We're gonna hit the flat lanes. Well, Valentina, it's been nice knowing you. Been a good ride. See you again in an alternate universe pretty soon. One last view of the horizon as the cold, hard shoreline, jeez, comes up to meet you. Never forget, never surrender. Get out of here. This thing. I took a screenshot, didn't I? Whatever. Yeah. Really, we're just gonna like. Are we drifting back towards the water? Huh. Or is that just the camera shake? That's probably it. Oh wait, no, we totally have lifting effects. Steer towards the water. I don't want to hit the land. I don't like the land. Oh jeez. Okay, this is it. Valentina, we love you. Rest in peace among the stars. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.